Please don't play so rough. You're evil guys, do evil stuff. They hide your face and do the shame. They say they're acting in your name.
Hey, thanks for watching. This is Jim Ebert with Cancer Can Rock. This is episode 2. Cancer Can Rock is a foundation that I started a few years ago, and we help people with cancer or fighting cancer or recovering from cancer come into a recording studio and put their song and music down in permanent form for themselves and their family. Today we have Thierry Sagnier coming in. He'll be doing one of his songs for us. He's been battling cancer now for 3 years. We're very happy to have him in. It's a pleasure, and we're going to have a blast today making this song. So we're doing a song today for you.
Right.
And it's got a little sarcastic twist
Oh,
to
just
it.
a tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
Yeah,
okay, that's all right. And you're a survivor right now, or you're battling right now?
Well, survivor's a strange term. And battling is a strange term. I'm living with it.
Okay.
Is really what it comes down to. There's not, and that's because there's not much of a choice. You get this. It's not a whole lot of fun. I've been dealing with it for a little more than 3 years now. Had a whole lot of surgeries, and in the end, you do what you need to do to get through it, and that's what's happening.
What exactly do you have? And how many
I have bladder
surgeries?
cancer.
You have bladder cancer, and how many surgeries have you had?
8.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, I'm a 14-year survivor now, and I think that you and I briefly talked about. For me, it was when I got into having cancer, and I was told I had a year to live, and then I kept living. Everything felt for me very temporary. I didn't feel like anything could really land, or what am I supposed to be doing? Because am I supposed to be living like I'm dying? Because that's not a realistic view of life.
Right.
I think there's been a movie made of someone who was supposed to die of cancer and spent all their money. And,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and lived.
Yeah.
And lived. But when you started, did you go when you first got diagnosed? Did you end up? What were the treatments that you had to go through?
First of all, I got tell you a funny story, which is I walked home from the hospital, and I stopped at every single place where I could eat something, and I ate, and I have no idea why that is. But I stopped at Starbucks, I stopped at 2 pizza places, I stopped at the taco place, so that by the time I got home, I was sick. But it also, allowed me not to think about what I just heard.
Right.
I was shocked.
Right.
The whole idea with this for me is that this happens to something else, to somebody else.
Understood.
But one of the one of the strange things is, my family has been riddled with cancer. My dad had it. My mom had it. My older sister died from bladder cancer. So there was always a little place in my mind that kind of said, well, you're going to get it. And so when it finally happened, it wasn't that much of a surprise. Right. It was, okay, so it's caught up with me.
Well, how did you keep optimistic about it? Because I have my own story, but I want to hear yours.
That A, I'm alive.
Right.
B, I'm ambulatory.
Okay.
The operations they're middling serious, but it's not like you have to be hospitalized for weeks each time. The fact is that if I keep on top of this, the likelihood of survival is pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good. But one of the things that happened, and it took a while, was this complete negation of the fear of death.
Yeah.
That just went away.
Right.
It just went away. And I keep thinking, I want to die the way I want to. I hope I don't get hit by a bus, but if that happens, it happens. And if this is going to kill me, I want to know that it's going to. I want some advance warning, and then I want to be able to, maybe for all I know, go to Europe or go to Oregon or someplace like that and be the master of my own fate.
Right. Let's talk about your musical background.
Ha.
Changing gears. Let's talk about your musical
All
background.
right. Well, I come from a family that was really, really musical. I'm French, born, raised in Paris. My grandfather wrote operas. My uncle was a really famous pianist. My mom played all sorts of instruments. My sister is still in Paris, and she teaches at the conservatory. And I kind of became the black sheep, I picked up a guitar, and I thought, this is really kind of a cool, and I remember with this awful little K guitar, which hurt your fingers when you played it. But I thought, this is really neat. Now, to my detriment, I never learned how to read music, which really is sad, because I now find many years later this would really be a nice skill to have. However, I'm really good. I can pick up tunes. Generally I hear things once or twice, and I can pick up. What I love doing is writing songs. I love writing songs, And the one that I wrote, that we're going to be doing here today, it's pretty well cancer related. This is my attempt to reason with God. Now this was written
All
shortly.
gods. All
gods.
All
Every
gods.
single one of
Yes,
them.
yes.
We've got Jesus, we've got Buddha, we've got Allah, we've got Yahweh, we've got Muhammad.
We're all
got
beautiful
Calvin.
women.
Yeah,
okay.
That
Right,
too.
right.
That too. No, I love writing songs. I love playing music. I'm a writer by trade. That's what I do for a living. But I think that if I'd had the choice, between writing and music much earlier on, I'm not sure what I would have picked.
Right.
I'm fascinated by music. It's so much fun.
One of the cool things about what I do is I take an idea, like the song you have, which is in a rough form idea, and then I get to decorate the whole thing. The way I heard the demo of it, I'm going, okay, I kind of hear this spaghetti western versus Beck, you know what I mean? Track behind this, and how does that relate to the lyrics? And I go, actually, in a sarcastic way, it works very well with the lyrics. So we're putting that together today, and I hope you're going to like it.
Oh, I know I'm going to like it. I mean, just being on the other side of the glass over there has been just a fascinating experience.
It's great. Well, let's go ahead and do the song.
Cool.
All right.
Let's do it.
Flying monkey squad waits just one miracle on someone like me. God bless the lemon